And maybe I can transcribe. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hi. We are the Global Grandmothers Council Network, and we are planning Children's Day of Peace. Thank you for joining us now or later. So thank you for that little tone switch, Robin. That helped me a lot.
She's on the ball. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, um,
Mm.
I thought maybe we might want to like have some teams to or talk about the tasks that need to be done. Um, I'm creating the design. Let me share my screen. I'm creating a design for the website. Make sure I have it. The Children's Day of Peace website. No, I have to open it. And because I really think Children's Day of Peace needs its own web presence and not just founding mothers presence. So here we go. Let me find share. There we are. Okay. So this is kind of what I'm looking at, that we have this is a landing page. The links will go to the Founding Mothers website because it's all coming out of that organization. But we would have a landing page, sponsors, partners, and resources. So I'm just trying to mock it up so I have an idea of what it'll look like, so got this much. And then the Convention on the Rights of the Child and the prizes. And then pages, I haven't done the pages yet, but we'd have a page with sponsors. So anyone who comes in through either avenue, we can have Global Grandmother sponsors separate if we get sponsors. We can have them separate from the Founding Mothers sponsors and clarify that. Partners are people who give their hearts and have a business and want their logo on and aren't necessarily donating money, but we're partners and we're working together and we're co-creating. And then resources are things that we can recommend people to include in their activities locally. So I want to come over here and share. I just found this yesterday and I thought it was so cool. Do you know Karen Drucker? Do any of you not know Karen Drucker's music?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, well, I had this
No.
song in my heart all night the other night. I
Oh.
send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. So I Googled it to listen to the song when I woke up, and I found that she has this. She has the sheet music. She has movements.
Oh.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
it's like this kind of thing is just fabulous. And then Renya Craig, I'm just going to stop sharing now. Renya Craig sent me an idea of making seed bundles. And I know we had talked about seeds. And just cutting fabric with pinking shears
Yeah.
and putting seeds in it and making a tie and then handing them out to people to either plant or put on their altar or however they want to be used. It could be an activity. Michelle and then Robin. Yes.
I won't interject. I'll wait until you've finished your delivery, darling, and then I'll
That's all
come in
right.
with some ideas on that. We've worked on that.
Okay.
Okay, interject now.
Okay. Yeah, you can go
Whatever.
ahead. You can you got I don't have
Oh,
I don't have a
but
big
with the
presentation this time. We already did that.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Here at the Kurabel Market fundraiser, we are putting together seeds in earth. So the little clay
Mhm.
can be planted straight away and it just needs
Mhm.
nurturing. So the seed is already protected. So the children can choose their seeds. If you have a community group that will be a hands-on with some dirt, which Trish was talking about the other day, saying put their hands in the dirt. So I'm like, yeah, let's take this further. So I spoke with a friend here, and she's like, yeah, you get the dirt and you just squish it between your hands with the seeds in the middle, and then that is it will dry in a little while. You just put it into maybe a cloth or onto a serviette, a paper towel, a recycling paper towel. If it's actually on a recycled paper towel, they can take it and literally plant the whole thing into their garden, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Maybe
Great.
maybe a technique,
Robin?
technique tip.
Oh, when you're through chewing.
Can you co-host me and I'll share a screen?
Sure.
Something I did. Chewing, chewing,
Let's
chewing,
see.
chewing.
Yep, yep, yep.
I was damn healthy
Thank you.
eating vegetables. I gotta masticate. Okay. All right. Share screen. Ba-ba-bum. So many windows open. Okay, here it is.
Hello, Regina. The Sound of Plants has
What?
she did some work with us
What's
earlier in
that?
the year.
She just said hello to Regina.
Okay, Regina
Oh,
here.
hi, Regina.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Um, launching off of our conversation last week, and we were talking about keeping it simple, having maybe three things, and then providing materials and instructions and ideas for anybody that would like to participate in those. Um, like I said, the framework of the event has the 5 pillars, right? Um, and then rather than inventing new categories, we have like one flagship activity per pillar cluster, kept deliberately simple so that no one has to choose between 10 options. I hadn't seen in the email you had the postcards thing.
Huh?
That was interesting. So, maybe that could fit in here somewhere. Art and story, I don't know, but you had mentioned, right, the art and story, and there's categories for that and awards. And the song, maybe that's the song, and you deliver, the sheet music or whatever. But the Peace Garden really feeling it with us, with the grandmothers, is the flagship, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
from
absolutely.
transparent mystical standpoint, the power of having children, and I brought this in that biblical story about the eternal flame, right? Is the children stomped the oil, okay? Because they were pure enough and they had the pure true belief, like, oh yeah, if we do this, it's going to burn forever. And it burned forever, right? So we have the children
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
worldwide
beautiful,
making a peace
beautiful.
garden, even if it's in a pot. Perhaps we could get it mapped, like they have the Children's Day map, but it'd be cool to
Mhm.
have a garden map. This is a global peace garden.
Yes,
And that is so
yeah,
potent. Oh,
yeah,
I'm buzzing
Yeah,
on
I love
beautiful.
that.
that one.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Absolutely. And Regina records sound of plants. So can you imagine we could have a symphony of the global peace garden,
Mm.
courtesy, if Regina's a for this, recording the sounds of the plants that are planted and
Oh, I
growing
love
I
everywhere.
that.
love it. I love you.
I
It's
love
so good.
miracles. I love Regina. Thank you for being here. You're muted, darling. If you can come in and chat, we would love to hear from you when you're ready. But
When
let's go back to
Kelly's in the
Robin's
house.
genius. Robin's genius. Let's hear any more. That's
Aw.
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'll add on to that.
Last thing on you'll see here,
Mhm.
I had an
Yeah.
idea because we have the relationship with Grandmother Florida Mayo in the path. They have a seed bank, right, in Estancia that was damaged by hail. They've been continually trying to raise funds to repair the damage and protect the seed bank. They take donations, but then they also send out seeds. And when I was with the grandmothers a few years ago here at the eclipse in October, 3 years ago, Sacred Reciprocity on this land, it was beautiful. And I have pictures. Actually, I have photography that is so beautiful of the
Right.
kids doing seed bundles. I already have it. Thank
They-
you. Gunshot.
Fabulous.
But the seed bundles, so beautiful. And they have, a whole story
Yeah.
and 3 sisters. But perhaps they could send, maybe in our fundraising, some of that could go to the path, and they send packages that we could send out if people wanted to have heirloom seeds and support that too. So I'm just throwing ideas in here.
Great idea.
Or sourcing from local seed banks, right? Having a relationship with them. And also we could make a template if people who are involved and want to get involved maybe want to go to their local greenhouse to see if they might donate for the schools or for the kids to do their peace garden. And they're gonna.
Yeah.
The Global Grandmothers Council coming with the children. We just need some plants, just a few. They totally would, right? And we'll just make it easy for whoever's participating to, have a little script and say, hey, we are doing this thing and we wanted to know if you might donate, something to the peace gardens.
Yeah.
And we will
Ideal for the resources. Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And who do you ask for them? You can ask the nurseries. You can ask the Seventh-day Adventists. They're really good at that.
No, and people right now, man, they want to do something. They want to contribute. Like the children making a global peace garden. Come on.
Yeah. Well, we have also over here, do you guys have this community gardens in little areas where they propagate and share, and especially the hippie people up where I am? So, there's going to be quite a good bank of seeds that we can procure immediately. This is so inspiring, guys. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Go on, Robin.
Okay. Fundraising. Go ahead.
Can you make it a little bit bigger?
Yeah. Let's go.
That'd be great.
Here we go. We're
Thanks,
all half
And we'll
blind.
email.
We're all half blind. Kelly, are you wearing contacts or are you not blind?
I got glasses on. I just looked up. We have Rogue Valley Pollinator Club here that's doing pollinator gardens with children in Phoenix.
There you go.
Phoenix is going through like a rebirth here from the fire a few years ago. Rebuilding, lots of community.
Oh, look at you.
Oh,
So-
Kelly, I wanted to see. I know
You
a
look like
friend
a flower.
who has homeschool groups in Shasta, and I
Oh.
want it to be rooted at the root chakra of the freaking planet. Have the children in the peace garden that exists in Mount Shasta at the base. Like,
That's great.
let's go.
Put me in touch with them. And I want to coordinate with people from there to here to help map what we're doing and be in touch with each other. Talking about doing something sort of organized day here of events for children. So
Beautiful. Okay, fundraising. As you said, they already have a donation pipeline, right?
Yes.
And then we're looking at having a prize fundraiser of our own that we would give prizes.
It's
or
it's a
seeds or-
potential that we could do that if we wanted. We could dedicate a peace prize from the grandmothers. It's a possibility. I
Yeah.
think the store would probably be, I don't know if that would be funding the peace prizes or funding follow-up.
Yeah. But just there's no shame in
Something.
raising funds just so that you have the ability to keep the website on and right?
Yeah,
for
right.
GGCN
Stay
to be
operational.
available to do this, right?
Yes.
Um So, and
But
that might
there,
come in
but
the form of some corporate sponsorships. Like this is a like feel good one. This is an easy ask, right?
yeah.
There's so many fundraisers that are not easy to fundraise for, but people, this feels good to people and they know we need it. Like
So
everybody is on edge.
we have to be really careful not to have a conflict of interest with
Correct.
founding mothers, because
Yes.
now the whole thing, it's theirs. Although I am a part of founding mothers, it's theirs and we are a partner. We can add our logo to the content.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we want to create our own content for the store, for the Printful store.
Mm-hmm.
That's and
we
not use theirs.
absolutely do. We absolutely
Danielle?
do. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go.
So I've started working on a thing like this locally already.
Awesome.
If we can get a cohesive letter that's not, too far out there, keep it kind of simple. And, this is, going to everybody, at least this what I'm saying. I've already done the CRM for the Master Gardeners nationally. And that is actually a lot of grandmas and, retired folks whom I already wanted to network with schools, which is
Excuse me,
also the other
Danielle.
CR.
Can I ask? Sorry, a CRM. Can you?
Oh, it's an email list to do mass email marketing campaigns. So,
thank you.
right.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So, and I
Terrific.
have Peacemaker Enterprise Initiatives as a big overview of things, but that's what I'm sending that out on. But the need, and I've had the benefit of being in some really small communities, schools with gardens, and seeing the magic. I mean, math teachers going out and teaching math in the garden, different things, but for the need for pollinator gardens as a critical, thing in our environments. I'm in the Southwest here. Vegetable gardens are kind of like, but fundraising for community gardens might be more of a thing, in these kind of areas, but in Northern hemispheres or more, climates, having different, either like a vegetable garden package, both of them, a pollinator or something, so that there's something kind of cohesive. Or it can be random too, because they can go to local seed banks. That's what my other thing is establishing that, and doing the local networking, or just a cookie cutter. Here's a Three Sisters package and a pollinator, so that there's just sort of a guidelines, right? And then, we could totally map that. Would be so cool.
Totally.
So cool.
Programs. And
it's
I'd
like, keep it simple, give them options, DIY,
globally.
or here's a kit.
Yeah.
Yep, and there's your little song and stuff and that whole thing. And I would be thrilled to connect global grandmothers with that whole campaign and I also have
Danielle, the garden club, genius.
Yes,
I got a recycling angle too, but we'll start here. This is really great.
Yeah, we're excited.
I think that's really beautiful,
We start with
especially, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jeanette.
Especially with a pollinator garden. It's something that we have at our sanctuary. And for the children to connect with others, because the pollinators, they migrate, like in our area, the monarch. We're trying to support the monarch and the monarch's journey, but from North America to South America. So the pollinators supporting that in the garden will literally and spiritually connect the children to other children in different areas.
Absolutely. Yep. And
I
the
think
Beyond
that's
Borders
brilliant.
is my production company. Butterflies don't know borders. Neither,
Yeah.
can go on and on. But yeah.
Well, that's something else we're working on. That's something else we're working on, a borderless environment for, but that's a different discussion. We need the perspective of a global concept, and this would carry and work in Ireland and in Germany and in Spain and in Africa as well. If we have it simple, and as Robin suggested, just a very simple structure, as Danielle was backing her in that, that's exactly what we need to communicate the concept. And we may find that high-end nurseries, I had the privilege yesterday of visiting a guy who has a dust mite. A dust is literally put in agar, and that grows an orchid. That agar sits in a whiskey bottle amongst 12 other plants until they're large enough. The bottle then gets smashed, the plants get in tubers, and that creates the orchids that is the mass market that we know today.
Wow,
They do not
cool.
have a protectorate. They do not have a protecting skin, whereas normal seeds have 80% protection around them. The actual essence of the orchid does not.
Oh, wow.
And that's why they're so sacred and special, because we have to grow them with intention. And I would love to incorporate this gentleman, a very fine man who is a scientist and came from CSIRO, which is like CIA.
Yeah, you'll have
there.
to connect with him for sure.
Connect.
Yes.
And
Robin, do you want to?
List too. I have a global list too, because I've done the CRM, or I've done the list for FFM for other schools. There's national schools, art schools.
Thank you,
so yeah, so we can definitely extend it globally easily.
Customer relationship management, CRM.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
XYZ.
Okay.
Do we have a name for what we want to call this particular part of it? Do you have any ideas? Like if we're tying the pollinator garden seeds into the Day of Peace for Children, do we have a little like catchphrase thing we want to call
Robert
that?
Louis Stevenson, the poet Robert Louis Stevenson coined the phrase a children's garden of verses. Yes, garden of verses, exactly. Could we perhaps use Robert Louis Stevenson, who was a wonderful philanthropic poet and also connected strongly with Hawaii and the royal family, as well as education in Scotland and poetry for children globally.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you saying, Kelly, like with that for next week, let's ideate. Like I'm super good. I'm a brander, so like I'm super good with names. And what I do is I say I just pop it into Google. We need a name for this, and then it's like you hear it, right? Sometimes you just like, oh, that's it. Well, no, but I'm putting that in the pot, and I think what I typically do with things like this, and you're spot on, Kelly, is there's like a little name that's a mnemonic that's memorable for each of the three aspects.
Love it. Love it. Mnemonic.
Fabulous. We could have the map be the poet tree.
Poetry.
We'll work on it's a work in progress, girls.
The poetry of the living verses. So the poetry of the living verses is the map. Wouldn't that be fun? The poetry.
Yeah.
Well, there's an idea for you. Our map could be the poet tree with all the sites on the limbs of the tree.
Yeah.
The verses being spoken, and all of our groups doing verses.
I do like that, although I will warn about simplicity.
And this is going out to school systems and stuff. They're not going to
so like, global peace garden, global, you know what I mean?
Well, and it has purpose, and there's so many lessons that teachers and, people can utilize with the children off the garden. The pollinators, the tree, have a tree activity, have a poetry activity that could be something for each institution or something, so that their people are represented. I mean, we could have one on our site for winners or something like that, but if it's going out globally, it's just going to be
one at a time, ladies. One at a time, please.
So let's decide on that last week. How about we work backwards? Let's let Robin, you've got a good.
Let's hear what she's got.
And
I'll just wrap it up.
It's pulling that together into a simplified letter that we will send out in this email. Packages, ideas, little things, and then next week we can maybe find a name after everything that we see that we're promoting.
Yeah. And typically how I work is like, okay, here's the thing. Now, what do we have to break it down? What templates do we need? What letters do we need? What, right? So we'll
Well,
bust
the
it
email
out.
marketing campaign, that's how you set it up. So there are
Right.
multiple ones. You want to keep it simple. They're going to,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of stuff. They're going to be getting FFM school, stuff too. And so we want to keep it simple and not too complicated, especially again, this is first year setup.
And
And
then,
then we'll
Really
get a response
simple.
on the people that included, and then next year we can campaign and go after the people that didn't participate. And
yeah.
One
And the
idea
whole world is
for
having a mental breakdown. So we need simple, 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 and
what's
powerful.
Exactly.
a really simple thing to do with school kids would be to have teachers do the poetry, like have children write poetry for this for
Yeah,
peace.
yeah.
And
Once
That's
it's in
part that
the
I think you
door,
came
that
in
would
a
be
little
great.
late, Kelly.
Once it's in the door.
Yeah,
Well,
but we have like
and
the three aspects.
Okay.
the other thing to
Art and
consider though
story,
is like
peace
who
garden,
would
song.
undertake these projects at the school. If you had a master gardener volunteer who came in who had the seed packages, you still need somebody from the school that is going to take the situation under control and the tending, the scheduling, that kind of stuff. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
Whether it's a committee that maybe has an English teacher that does a poetry part, and then maybe a science teacher, or, like a different committee. That's another angling of how we would want to ask people to get involved or suggest, so that it's not another huge stress, because no teacher wants another activity. They're so
Right.
overwhelmed. So that's another
Well,
doable.
That's a good point. And from mothering, like I had my kids in Wonderland School in Laurel Canyon in LA. And it was amazing. It was a magnet school, and we had a garden, and they would cook from stuff from the garden and all of this. But my point about this is that the presence of the parents and involvement. I mean, the reason that school was the number one in LA, crown jewel, was because there was such heavy duty parental volunteerism, and I volunteered in the garden with the parents. So perhaps that might be a way through the parents and the parents groups who would be willing to volunteer and be with. Like I was an art volunteer, right? So I helped the teacher and do the stuff, and I took the kids out and we took pictures. And is that maybe a doorway that might be good through the
I have
parents?
the
Of course.
PTA list, the national list, one,
Of course you do.
person for every state. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
definitely an angle.
Of course you do.
Well, we need to do that for Australia, for Britain, and for European countries as well, Danielle. That would be
What's-
just
Yeah.
What's the
And we
PTA?
can
What's the
add to these
PTA of
CRMs.
the UK?
exactly.
I don't know.
Can't.
I'm sure they have something like that, right?
Of course.
That's a Google away.
Desperate.
Okay, I'll try to wrap this
England
up so
is
we can move
desperate.
on.
Well, the same thing with the global children's things that I'm doing for FFM. We can look at that because some of them have web address, emails, some of them don't, but it's still verification of different agencies in different countries all over the place. So
Okay.
we can pull from that and fine tune and find our groups.
Yay!
Welcome, Carrie and Hezekiah. Hi. Welcome.
I
Hi.
just put in here
Okay,
some thought,
we're-
like I don't know how this is again take it or leave it, but in terms of surface leaders, like maybe we section out the planet and then there's like a regional person that everybody kind of comes to in that, UK, whatever. But if we have grandmothers who might, sometimes when it's a specific thing, they do. You know what I mean? If you
Right.
just say, hey, would you like to be involved? And it's like, whatever. But when you say, hey, would you like to lead the UK Children's Day of Peace? Just be the point person, for those who are all participating in your region.
My gut feeling is that if we have people on our list that are in those countries, to offer it to them, but otherwise I would see who participates, who's active, and who's capable of leading
Yeah.
groups in each country. That's more of a next year, and then they can be our contact outreach to get more people involved within their region.
Perfect,
Yeah, we
Dan.
have we
Absolutely.
yeah,
we have to recognize that this is our first year.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost the end of August, and it's just a seed that we're planting. So we're talking about planting peace gardens with the children. Well, this is our seed, and we want to keep that simple. Thank you, Robin, for
You're
all
welcome.
of
And this
that.
this last stuff we've already talked about it. This and you guys have had pieces and suggested same. So that's all. Just give a little.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, awesome. Good names.
great. So, who would like to be on the graphic design team for the store for the Global Grandmothers?
I
For
can be part of
designing
that.
projects or products, you mean?
Huh? We
I
can
might throw
do
a couple in
all
there.
over print and we can do individual prints, individual
Let's
items.
see how my bandwidth and
I
energy goes, but I'd love to throw a design or two in the ring.
So,
Yep.
Robin and Kelly,
It, and
Nice.
and
yes. It's a yes from me,
and
please.
Michelle
Michelle.
raised her finger.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, so I have Robin, Kelly, Michelle,
Excited.
and me. Anyone else? Regina, are you around or are you just listening? I know you have some beautiful artwork. Okay, she's not available right now. Okay. So,
She's muted. Yeah.
well, she's caregiving most likely and just listening. So, um the song that I shared, the Karen Drucker, that's just a fun, that'll just be on the resource page. We do have with Founding Mothers, there was an offer of a song, um, and I looked and couldn't find the name of the man who put it out, but he has created a for choirs, for children's choirs. He has all of the content and he's giving it away freely to any school choir, community choir that wants to sing his song, and he has all the content to help them learn it, which is really cool. So that'll
I
come out of
think
Founding Mothers. And
I
then
think
Is that
I
wait,
think that's Larry Sagan.
that's it. Yes.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
song is perfect.
Yes.
We are your children.
We are your children? Yeah, it is
Yes.
perfect. It's ideal. And one other one that I would like to throw into the mix, and We Are Your Children is a given magical piece that has wings, feet, legs, arms, and heart. Just
Yes.
spirit. It's all there. But what about Melanie Safka's Let Your White Bird Smile Up? How does it go? Lay down, lay down. Let it all lay down. Let your white bird smile up at the ones who fear and frown, and who stand and frown. That was a wonderful thing that she did post Woodstock for world peace. And it's something now that she's passed, we might be able to ask her son if that was something that he would lend himself to thinking about.
Well, that kind of thing, I think we can put on the resources page, and we can have several songs on there. There's also a song that,
Weaving.
let me get back to this. Michelle and Josh Villegas wrote a song that's a mother-son duo, Friends with the World. And their chant would be, or the chorus could be a little chant, take my hand, walk with me. It's a sweet little thing. So we can offer many things that will just inspire. And people can choose from the plethora. We don't want to have too much, but they can choose what they want to include in their local activity. The big thing is we want to encourage all of the grandmothers, as many as possible, to have a local activity with children, even if it's small, even if they're just going to read stories or plant the garden or paint pictures together.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What about a generational reach out? I was already in Gemini, I never do anything for one reason. Was gonna go after the, residential homes, old folk homes. And oftentimes school groups, places can go in there and kind of have visitation, which is really nice. If we had like some stories or something and encouraged maybe that as an activity, that would be a nice outreach to put the Global Grandmothers on.
Shoshana has written a storybook that she has said that we could include, and I know Kelly has some children's stories that she might include that we could put in the resources and just say, okay, if you want this kind of thing, here's a list. If you want intergenerational, here's a list. If you want a community garden, here's a list of resources. So each different thing will have a list of resources. So send me in text all of the ideas for the resources and we'll get that going.
We are
That's the way
doing
to
weaving
us.
of the unsung to child song project. I am working on that here locally, and I don't know. I don't know if that song is the right song for this project. It might be, because we want it to be simple and a healing song sung from the hearts of women, and be simple enough that a child could learn it and sing it. So keeping it really easy to learn and repeatable is one of our goals.
Definitely put it in the collection. It's a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
There are so many ideas we could reconvene.
And something that the
Yeah.
grandparents and the children can sing together would be
Yeah.
And I love the idea of
Beautiful.
the home, the homes and the retirement centers. Tez?
Yeah.
Just that for Kelly, it sounds like that would be a perfect activity as well, to be able to teach, whether it's children, parents, grandparents, great grandparents together, or even for children to be able to learn that song. Sounds like it would be wonderful. So I'd
It's gonna
love
be
to, can't wait to hear it.
It's a powerful intention we had out of a cry we felt and heard in the world. So we know that there's a part of our population that feels unmothered. And so it's to sing to that part of our humanity. And it's a beautiful idea. And it was given to me by the earth herself. So
Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah.
And here in Minneapolis, of course, you probably all know about the ice surge and the impact on families and children. And so
Yes, this is crucial. Thank you for approaching this.
Yes.
We really need to put some energy and saving grace in here with intention. Yes.
Yes.
Preach.
And so we are connected to an elementary school where 600 elementary students who have been very impacted. It's a Spanish immersion school. So I know that I can work with the school and other community children to do something on that day. So a healing song like you're talking about, Kelly, even though I don't know the song, would be appropriate, even though the families have been amazing. Still, the children and the families are still in need of healing.
Yeah, and a lot of the adults are unsung too.
Yes.
And yeah, we didn't have the rights when we were growing up that we want children to have now. That's what
the mother
spurs us
song.
on.
Sorry, Mayana.
That's okay.
We're calling it the Mother Song Project. So what you just said was so right on, Mayana, because that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Is that heart inside of all of us, the nurturer, singing to the part of us all that needs it. And a lot of that is being told we're wanted, that we are needed, that we matter, that we care for you, that we
belong.
that you
We
We
belong.
belong.
you're
Together,
part of our
together we
family,
are more.
and
Together
so
we're more.
weaving those words into a
Beautiful.
musical lyric that's simple, that we could easily chant or sing and even easily teach to children, I think would be very healing for anyone. So our intention is to keep it that way. I'm going to be bringing the group of people together this in the next few weeks to do the weaving of the song. I put a group of women, about 11 women, out to dream on it, and then just sent it out to the Congress for anybody to send me ideas or lyrics, because we're going to come together and just put whatever's come into the bowl, listen and connect to it, and then weave that song from our hearts. It needs to come from a lot of hearts. The more people's hearts that come into making it, that's what's going to be felt when it gets sung.
That's
So
right.
That's
really
the
intentional.
resonance. That's the
Super
resonance, exactly. That's the resonance. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Profound.
So you're welcome to send me your thoughts and your ideas and your free feelings about the unsung to child, even if you don't have lyrics, maybe you have a rhythmic sound, or maybe you have a lyric idea or words that come to you. Send them to me. And I'm taking everything at Kelly.
Regina, that might be an invitation.
Put it in the
That might be an, sorry, Kelly. Yeah, sorry, that might be an opening for Regina with her plants to resonate the harmony of the recorded plant sounds that she makes. It's so unique, as a sort of little symphony.
And to add to that,
how wonderful is this?
One of our water women took one of those plant resonating devices and she put it into water, and she got the water to sing and recorded the water songs.
Beautiful.
So we can combine the plant and the water element. It would be fun to have that.
The element style.
In it. Yeah.
And soon we will have the music of the spheres. That's what they talk about. The gods talk about the music of the spheres. We're going to manifest it. Angels here, you all. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I've heard it. I've heard that music of the spheres sitting next to a tree in a forest in Oregon.
Yeah. Let's bring it out.
I'm wondering if any grandmothers that we have access to in the group know sign language. Because
I know a little bit.
That would be beautiful if we could also
do the sign with the song too.
Yeah,
that's what we did in high school. I went to. I lived in a place where it was deaf school, but I love that.
I'll look for that here.
Yeah, absolutely crucial. Thank you. It's really right. Beautiful.
Okay.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to ask what you all feel about the fundraising and what we want to do for the grandmothers to give to children. How we want to go about that. Besides the store, not that, but
I like grandma gift. Like, it's a grandma gift. Like, they have the whole women's thing, but like, this is from the grandmothers. Like, grandma loves you. Like, maybe there's a, small, medium, large, first place, second place, whatever.
Yeah. Like a basket. You could make like a basket that's full of gifts
from grandmas.
Yeah.
Maybe stuff that grandmas make from our group. We have unbelievable people making everything from cookies to makeup.
Yes, we could do online workshops.
Next year. It could be all kinds of things.
Next year.
I had a vision once of grandma's hankies. All those pretty little handkerchiefs that we gave out, hankies to children to dry their tears.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I have one on my altar. I have a grandmother hanky on my altar.
And they can be personally embroidered. Embroidered as a
with the
sacred
GGCN
act as
logo,
well.
yo. Oh.
Always
And-
gotta have
and-
a doily.
Yeah, I mean, we're not
Yeah, the
putting them out.
doilies, exactly. I got a parcel the other day. My great aunt passed away, and my second cousin sent me a parcel, and it was lace doilies. And you know, I work with the lace and stuff, and you can make dream catchers from them. You can put them on your altar, but the hankies, and you can even embroider them. I mean, yeah, we
Yeah,
could do
grandma
work online
stuff.
workshop for the back.
Michelle,
do
it
that.
might be really fun to put some grandma oriented objects that are made into games and playthings for crafting with kids.
Okay,
would be
somebody
really
Yeah.
get on the basket
Yeah.
committee. I love it. I love that.
Let's make basket cases.
Grandma basket. Come on, grandma gift, grandma present. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For my
No, but
for my
when you're a basket
grandchildren,
case, you're
What's that?
yeah.
every time one of my grandchildren is born, I make them a sacred blanket,
I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
and I
Yeah.
create it with prayer and intention. So maybe something like that, a prize that could be, or something that a grandmother has made,
Yeah,
filled with,
that's what I'm saying. I
peace and
love it.
inspiration, and
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
do something.
And I
'Cause
love my
many of us
That
do
would,
that.
I think the
Please,
grandmas
as
would
well.
get into that. Like, do you want to make something for
hankies and
baskets
Yeah.
for the kids?
Yeah.
And how are we
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
that turning into fundraising?
We
Because I'm just dropping.
we could ask.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. The grandma's
I love
gifts is what we outpour from our hearts. But how do we ask for funding for the cash prizes?
I
And-
would say for the time it is right now that we maybe come back to the table with some strategies about that, because I think there's multiple ways that we could fundraise and ask depending on who we're asking, right?
Yeah.
We could easily do a videotape and just a straightforward email blast with it to put it out to the community and also put it on a post. I don't think it needs to be that complicated to
And
just say we're looking
yeah.
for funds to support this program that we're part of, and we want to raise money for our gifts for children for
Yeah.
this event.
I
That's a
agree with you, Kelly.
straightforward, simple ask. And
Yeah.
just give me one person to be the
Yeah, and you
spokesperson.
can just customize it a little bit at the top, as we do, depending on, who's
Just a
getting it, or if you have a
quick
personal
video.
on the
connection.
Email
country.
blast and
Yeah.
postable blast.
Yeah.
Just need email,
Brilliant.
postable blast, and a video, and we're good to go.
And this is one too that, it might be a good idea to have boots on the ground for those of us who are in communities and approaching greenhouses or whatever, but like businesses who might want to. Like I said, this is a good touchy-feely ask. They might throw 50, $100 in, but rather than like being another online Facebook fundraising thing that everybody's asking for money, right? But if we personalize it and some of
Could
the,
we?
because I'm thinking about people I could ask businesses
we
in this community who
better?
might give.
People are always asking for money,
Robin,
but we
Robin,
get to
could-
be one of the people asking. And people choose who they
Yeah.
want to give money to. So we just need to ask for what we want and be clear about it. And then
Be
it's
clear,
okay.
be simple.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Could we have a letter drafted, Robin, that we could use as a prototype to introduce ourselves and our concept? Could you
100%. I
do
think we
that
should
through-
have static template letters for everything,
Yes.
whether it's the
Thank
teachers, the
you.
whatever.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's where I'm trying, like, okay, what are our
Thank
moving
you.
parts and what pieces do we need for that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Founding Mothers is creating a sample letter that we can take content from that and put it into our form. And
Okay.
yeah, we want everything to be streamlined and
And we can
the
use it
same
again
messages.
and again and again. It'll be good.
Yeah.
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 Concise.
So
Concise.
by the time we have our next meeting, we'll have all of that lined up. I don't know if I'll have the website. I have to learn.
Can't imagine.
Giving the landing page
Don't worry. It'll
Or the-
happen.
grandmother website.
The
And
the
Diana-
children's
The
The
store.
Children's Day of
with
Peace
the Children's Day of
Yeah.
Peace site with the resource page and the sponsor page and the
and the map.
partner page.
If you want to have a little side zoom, Mayanna,
Uh-huh.
at some point, like get to a point where you're hitting some stopping points, and then we can sit down and go, how do I get in here or whatever? And
I
we
created a page and I created a
Perfect.
news website in Go High Level, and I got a page, and then I had to delete it because it was just
let's
so
just
I couldn't
jump on
figure it
for
out.
an hour. I'll help you.
Oh,
And I'm
thank
gonna
you.
be able to be supportive too. So if we need a cohort for that,
Beautiful.
I've offered to help you with Go High background, back end
Oh.
stuff. This
Yeah,
my
maybe the three of
platform
us should get on, and I'm sure that no magic shenanigans would happen whatsoever.
Hey, Kelly, do you know about email marketing through them?
What Danielle? What was that, Danielle?
You have email marketing capabilities through
Yes.
there too. So you're going to have to find out
Yes.
how many you can send
Well,
and
I
if you
have
need
a
different email addresses
I-
or whatever.
I
'Cause
have
some,
1,000 that I'm sending it at this time.
okay.
I send out to 1,000 at a time.
but you don't
Is
have
there a
a
limit,
you don't have a
Robin?
limit?
No, that's why people go to Go High Level, because they
Yeah,
used to be
she
paying
doesn't have a limit.
$10,000 a month in freaking email fees, and you're
Yeah.
good.
So
Okay.
with Go High Level is a lot like what my platform is. My platform was a offshoot of Go High. So it's Course Creators 360. It's the same platform. It's the same basic information. And I have
Yeah, it's just like white
24/7
labeled.
I have a white label 27-hour tech support live. So if we get stuck on anything, I can throw myself onto a live with a tech person who can
Yeah, they'll
answer
put you on
questions.
Zoom. I've been helped by that. Yeah.
But
Okay.
mine's part of my program paid for, and we won't have to make anybody pay on the grandmother's side for help if I can do it from that way. So I
Well,
just
and we
created the
might
system.
need multiple places as long as I can give you the CRM list that I have and you can do your magic with it there.
Plug it in.
The better you can campaign and set up a few emails at dates, the less work. You can always add to it, but you know that there's a rhythm going.
Sure, we can make your list a specific list that we can
Oh,
tag
Yes.
and add in because you can label them. We can put a label on your list so when we want to send to that group,
Right.
we can add it.
I'm
Yeah, I do.
organizing all of that is all what I'm working on, Kelly. Like trying to make it as simple as possible so you
get
guys
you.
can handle it. Yep.
Yeah, I do that with the founding mothers. They're tagged. The list for the partners circle is tagged. So I never send them the global grandmother stuff, and I don't ever mistakenly use a list, and I don't misuse the International Women's Day conference list. It's separate and it's tagged. So they're all kept
Genius.
separate.
You are genius.
I also
Sacred
just
and separate. Sacred and sacred. Sacred. Yes.
Sassy and sacred. Here we go.
Could I just pause this for a moment? Carrie, we haven't heard your voice. Would you like to speak into this room and bring your presence?
Well, I came in a little late, but I, as usual, like all the ideas. I thought we were doing the particular prizes on there. Were they just for the mother side, or was that like the little prizes that were on there for first, second, and third, like creative and song and what were those prizes for the founding mothers, or was that for grandmothers?
We were talking about the grandmothers providing to the whole project these prizes.
'cause
The founding mothers
their own.
prizes haven't been really, the team hasn't really formulated it yet. There hasn't been the fundraising yet. It's still really early, and it's, there's not a lot of well, it's just taking time. It's just taking time. So whatever we come together, I just want us to come together and bring what we can bring. And then we'll weave it with the founding mothers as it gets woven, as is right, as is appropriate with what we present.
The chat let me put the flyer for the Mother Song Project in the chat, you guys. So you
Oh.
save the chat, you'll see the flyer.
Gorgeous.
Or you
Oh,
could copy it.
great. Perfect.
So,
Okay.
love, love, love.
Okay, so
Sorry, Michelle, you're muted. Michelle.
Michelle,
we
you're
didn't
talking
hear you,
away.
Michelle.
I didn't hear any of it.
Yeah, I muted everybody because like there was so much noise coming in, I couldn't hear. So unmute if you have to speak. It's all
I
you.
just wanted to say I'm right behind you there, Mayana. What we do is come through here with these ideas which create a fiber which will be woven into the basket that holds and contains all the seeds that we can put out to the world and scatter and embellish the children's lives and our future and theirs. Thank you. It's been amazing. So thanks,
So
Robin, for letting
so-
me know.
in recap, we have 3 areas that we're going to recommend our grandmothers do locally, and that is the Peace Garden, an art project, art, music,
Or poetry.
No, the last one is
Poetry.
music. So the second
Oh, the
one is
last
art
one's music.
or story, art and story.
Art and story.
The
Okay.
last one is
Story.
music, song.
Music.
Okay. And you'll
Okay.
send me that document, Robin?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All
Okay,
right,
so
I got a split on the hour. On the
okay,
minute.
yeah, it's been an hour. We can close. I think
Okay.
we did great. I think we did wonderful.
Yeah. Like look at like I'm just so excited to, when we get together on a project, but the network that we all have. We've been
Yeah.
around for decades. We know
Uh,
lots of people and our relative stuff, and it's like so cool to see it. Like, I know this person. I got a database for this. I'm like, get it done. I love it.
Okay, so
I just had to say that. Sorry.
Kelly and Robin will schedule a call for the website. Everybody, please send me. You should have my email, mayana@peaceproduction.org. Everybody's got that, right? And just send me anything that needs to go on the resources page.
Okay.
And anything for outreach, for global outreach, please just throw it at me. You know where to reach me on Messenger at least.
Yeah, we'll get to that
I'm
point where
open
we have
24.
Here's your kit.
I'm open 24/7. Like I'm here, and this is my calling. I was born for this. I adore this calling, and I'm thriving on it. I love you all, and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful what
The
we're
deep
doing.
breath together.
Thank you all. I just so
Deep breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Love you all. Thanks for your
love and peace.
Love.
Love and peace.
so much.
Love.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.